Thanks for joining me today for this mobility build session. So we're going to be quite low to the ground, but explore how we can improve our mobility with different stretches, potentially some binds. I'll invite you to join me in Shavasana to start with. Just lying down on your mat, legs extended, arms by your side, palms up. Just take a body scan. Starting from the crown of your head, working down, noticing any points of tension, maybe in your jaw, your neck. Observing and noting your body, all the way down your arms, right to your fingertips, and your chest, your hips, through your glutes, your quads, down your legs, your knees, right down the pads of your toes. And maybe you take a little bit of movement, just maybe you can iron out some of those niggles, maybe you can't. For this session today, might help you do that. Just notice what your body needs today. On an inhale, suggest that you bring your knees up, maybe soles of your feet to the ground, and then your knees tuck into your chest. Doesn't matter how close your knees are to your chest, it's the intention. Drawing your knees in. Maybe you lift your pelvis, tilt it up a little bit, and feeling that connection of your spine on the ground. You might want to take a rock side to side, massaging your lower back, your sacrum area. When you're ready, we'll start rocking up and down the length of our spine, creating momentum to bring us all the way into a seated, and then maybe onto our hands and knees, to a tabletop position. I'm going to take some light movement here, whatever your body feels like it needs, maybe circles, warming up your wrists. Maybe you want to reverse the direction of your fingers, twisting them round and outwards and back towards your knees, giving maybe a bit of a stretch for your forearms. Or taking some spinal movements, breathing in, dropping your chest towards the ground, pelvis tilting upwards, crown of the head up. And then exhaling, bringing your belly up, curving your spine around, crown of the head, pelvis tilting towards the floor. I'll invite you to continue this cat-cow movement with your body, with your breath. Doesn't have to be at the same pace as mine, doesn't have to look like mine. Maybe you want something a little less rigid. You draw circles with your belly button one way and the other. Just take any movement that feels good for you right now. You feel like you've had enough movement. It's just you sink your hips back, down to your heels, and tend your head towards the floor. Doesn't matter if it doesn't reach. You always use a block or a blanket underneath your forehead. Really consciously think about your breath here. You might want to take some light movement left and right with your hips. One hip might be feeling a little stickier than the other one. If you have any areas where you're feeling tightness, tension, maybe take a deep breath and visualize sending that energy, that oxygen to that part of the body. Obviously, your air is staying in your lungs, but sometimes just visualizing that energy, directing it, can help. And on your next inhale, I invite you to lift your head up. Maybe move any props that you have out to the side. And come back into that tabletop position. Maybe noticing it feeling a little different. Maybe it feels the same. We're going to take a twist here. So we're going to put more of our pressure into our left hand. And we're going to lift our right hand up. All the way up to the sky, opening out. To this twist, maybe your head. You look up and you look at your arms above you, your fingers. And then on an exhale, bring those fingers down and through. We're going to thread the needle, bringing it through that gap that your left arm is making with the ground. And come as low as possible here. Might be your thread the needle pose. You can put a block underneath your head to support you. But if you feel like you have the space today, maybe you can bring the side of your head down to the ground. Here you're stretching out outside of your shoulders. A little bit of stability work here. Keep yourself balanced. You might want to extend that left arm out straight above your head. Taking deep breaths. As you stay in this position, can you feel your body able to make a little bit more space? Maybe you can lower a little bit more to the ground if you're not there already. For those of you who feel like want a little bit more, maybe you can raise your arm up to the sky, or take the bind, bringing your left hand to your right hip crease. This bind, you need quite a bit of shoulder mobility. No problem to put your hand on the small of your back if you can't reach round, but you're wanting to work towards that. On your next inhale, bring your arms back to near your shoulders and bring yourself back to that tabletop position. Noticing your body might feel, maybe you move your shoulders a little bit, your wrists. We're going to take the same on the other side. So if you've got anything to your side, I'm going to move my blocks out of the way. Go again, so inhale, lift that left arm up to the sky, opening up. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And exhale. Thread the needle through. Maybe you bring your arm forward already. And bringing that left ear to the ground. This might feel totally different on this side. You might have more space, you might have less space. Just work with what your body has today. And the same options for your arm position, for props, are there for you here as well. You might want to open up your shoulder. I definitely don't have as much space on this side, and that's okay. And maybe you bring your right hand to your lower back, left hip crease for the bind, holding on. Maybe you take it totally to the turn side. On your next inhale, start to unwind if you're in a bind, then coming back up to that tabletop position. Maybe circling your shoulders, maybe you come off your wrists entirely, sit back on your feet, moving your wrists, your shoulders around, just taking stock of where you are right now. Then on an inhale, invite you to come all the way forward and onto your belly. Make a pillow with your hands underneath your forehead, and you can rest your forehead. And this here is a perfectly good back bend. This might be quite intense for you in your lower back. We don't often lie on our fronts anymore. But if you're feeling like you have a little bit more space today, you might lift your chest, pushing into your elbows and bringing them underneath your shoulders. Arms parallel, chest up a little bit higher into your Sphinx pose. So you've got a bit of activation pushing through your elbows, drawing your shoulders away from your ears, crown reaching up. Whether you're in this position, you're still on your belly, you have the option to maybe lift up one foot, maybe the other, deepen that back bend a little bit, and just notice the difference that you feel in your body, whether it's your front body, your back, your leg. If your legs are up, on your next exhale, just lower them down to the ground with control. Bringing your belly back to the ground, creating that pillow for your head with your hands. Bringing your hands underneath your shoulders. And then pushing back into that child's pose. Notice how it might feel different. Maybe in your hips, your back, your shoulders. So on your next inhale, just walking your hands over to the right hand side, maybe just off your mat, but as far as feels good for you. Or if you feel like you'd like a little bit more, bring your left hand on top of your right hand and bring your right ear towards the ground, opening up that left hand side of your body. Inhale, walk your hands back through center, maybe noticing how that feels for you, feeling a bit lopsided after the one side stretch, then across to the left. Bring your hands apart. Maybe you want to intensify the stretch a little bit more. Bring your right hand on top of your left, opening up your chest, bringing your left ear towards the ground. And breathe. Breathing into your side body. And then inhale, come back to center. Stretching forward. Inhaling, coming up to your tabletop, reaching your feet forward towards your hands, before moving your feet to the side and coming to sit. Bringing your feet in front of you. Here we're going to extend the left leg out in front of us and bring that right foot towards us, foot on the ground just by our upper thigh. We're going to inhale, raise our hand up to the sky, and twist to the right hand side. You might want to put your hand on your left knee with your back hand behind you, not collapsing into it, but just keeping up on the fingertips. You might want to bring the elbow, hook around the knee, shining your chest to the right. And that might be enough for you today. But if you feel like you have space in your body, you might bring your right foot and cross it over your left foot, your left leg, and take the twist again. And noticing the change that is to your body, if there is one at all. Here you might work towards the bind, bringing your left elbow to hook round your right knee. If you feel like you can stay upright without your right arm behind you, you can bring that behind you onto your hip. If you really feel like you have the space today, I'm not sure I do, but we'll see. We can bring that arm round so your hands are touching, which obviously mine are not doing. It's a work in progress for me, but that's what this is for. And on your next exhale, come round and unravel. And we're going to unravel all the way around to this open twist. Again, we can hook our right arm on our right knee, left arm behind us, keeping up tall. And the same options are sort of there for us. Holding on to our knee, hooking with our elbow, bringing our elbow in front, maybe opening that twist, opening the body. And again, if you feel like you can stay upright, Without this backhand, you're welcome to lift it up. Bring it round to sit on your right hip. And if you really feel like you have the space today, you can then take the bind here. So your hands clasping behind your back. On an exhale, unravel. Straighten out that leg. And we'll do the same on the other side. Might feel totally different, might have so much different space. Start again with the left leg, about level, your foot level with your upper thigh. It also might be further out if you feel like that's the space you need today. And then taking our close twist, hand on our knee, right hand on the left knee, left hand behind us, opening out into this twist. And the options again for your arms. Same as the other side, but of course it might feel very different. But take the option that suits this side of your body today, which might not be the same as what you did yesterday or the day before. And then exhale, unravel. I'm going to bring my foot over for this one. I have more space in my open twist. Bring my left elbow to my left knee. Right arm behind me. Again, taking these same options for what suits you with your arms today. This requires quite a bit of shoulder mobility and opening of the chest, even some of the hips. So it might not be right for you right now. One last breath. On an exhale, unraveling and bringing your leg forward. Here, you can stay here. I'm going to turn to face you, but open out into wide leg seated position. Doesn't matter how far apart your legs are. Doesn't matter if the wide leg looks like this, or you might be in a full box split. But I encourage you to find a position that you can maintain for a little bit, flexing your toes up and just noticing what your body needs. Are you able to lengthen your spine, crown of the head all the way up to the sky and sit up straight? And if you can't, that's okay. We all have to start somewhere, and our starting positions are different. If you're not able to sit up straight and create relaxed breathing, I would encourage you to sit on a block or a blanket, or maybe bring your legs slightly closer together if you think that might help. But every body is different. If you need to, you put your hands behind you just to support. And if this feels like enough for you today, then that's okay. This is still going to be working your mobility and keeping you going, keeping you upright, tending to your muscles. If you do have the space, keeping your back as flat as you can, straight up, maybe you can hinge forward at your hips. If you're able to move your hands from behind you and do that solely by using control of your core muscles, your back, then great. Just got my hands lightly on my shins. And this is as far as I can go today. You might have your hands on the floor in front of you, your forearms, even your chest. And if you're super comfortable, flat as a pancake, chest to floor. Maybe you can put your arms underneath your shins and take that bind. And on an inhale, focus on lengthening your spine, flattening your back. And your exhale, maybe you can lean that a little bit more forward. On your next exhale, slowly with control, come back up, seated position. Bringing your left foot into your right thigh, into this seated tree position. We're going to turn our body, our chest to face close as we can, the toes that are coming towards us of our extended leg, hands in front of us. Again, with a straight back, fold forward, shining your chest towards the feet. And when you feel like you've reached as far as you can go, curve the top of your back, drop your head, relax your neck. You might have your knee and your nose pretty much touching. You might be able to hold the bottom of your foot. But we don't want to be pulling with our hands on our feet. A lot of times people will recommend a yoga strap, but I've purposely not here. I think it's important for us to be okay with where we're at today. Just hands on the ground, using gravity and our core muscles guide us down as far as is good for our body today. And then inhale, come back up. I'm going to do a little bit of a funky transition. We're going to bring our left foot out if we can, roll onto that hip into a pigeon. So obviously a bit of shuffling, but we've got our left foot, left knee forward, right knee back. Get our left shin does not need to be parallel to the front of the mat. And here you might find yourself in a pigeon. Hands on the ground might be helping keep you tall. Really love to engage the muscles, glutes, your quads, keep that engagement. You've got various options here. You can relax your chest forward, come into a sleeping pigeon, or you can stay upright. But whatever position you're in, you're working your muscles, you're improving your mobility just by practicing. You might want to feel like you have space in your quads today, lift up that back foot. Notice how it changes the stretch. Where are you feeling it now? And if you're working towards king pigeon, mermaid, this is your time to do that. Maybe you reach back. You can hold that back foot. Maybe you can hook it with your elbow and take a mermaid. Clasping your hands behind your head. Wherever you are, exhale, unbind. If you're in a sleeping pigeon, on your inhale, come up to where we started in this pigeon. Then you might want to roll onto your hip, onto your side, come back into that seated tree, bringing your left leg out and your right leg in to do the same on the other side. So here, we're going to turn our chest towards our flexed left toes, nice and tall, and then hinge from the hips, keeping the back flat. Only going as far as you can before your body decides it wants to bend. curving your back, so keeping a flat back as far as you can go, and then rolling through the shoulders, the neck. Relaxing down towards your leg. Not pulling, not forcing. Just allowing gravity to help you along. Now on an inhale, come back up. I'm going to take that transition into pigeon on the other side. So bringing your right knee a little bit round, bringing your left leg back, and rotating on your hips. And using your hands, maybe just to help you up. But if you don't need them, let them go. Maybe you've got a light touch. Feel like what you need, more of a sleeping pigeon. Come down onto your forearm, your forehead. Letting gravity assist. Maybe you can even relax into this. Accepting where you are today. And appreciating the journey that you're on. And if you feel you have the space in your body today, maybe you lift your back foot up, bringing it towards your glutes. Whether you're in sleeping pigeon or a more active pigeon. Helps you look back. You can use your right hand to grab that right foot. Maybe you can loop your elbow and take that bind for your mermaid. Or practice a king pigeon if that's in your practice. But on an exhale, unbind, unravel. If you're in a sleeping pigeon, use your inhale, come back up. And then pushing into your hands, inhale, bringing yourself back to that final child pose. You might bring your knees together for this one. And sit back, bringing your arms alongside your body, making a little cocoon for yourself. Either bringing a blanket or a block underneath your forehead, or between your glutes and your heels. Whatever feels right for your body today. Taking this moment, really notice how you're feeling after that practice. Acknowledging what your body is capable of doing. And looking forward. What you hope your body can do as you go on this journey with yoga, with mobility, with strength. Exploring the changes, listening to your body, and appreciating what might come next. On an inhale, when you're ready, I invite you to rise your head, your chest. Finishing the practice today in a seated position, on your knees, on your feet if you're comfortable, or coming in to Sukhasana, cross-legged position, if that feels better for you. Namaste.